Hello, everybody. So I'm kind of whispering because I've lost my voice, and if I talked loud, you would hear the most scratching, wretched sound you've ever heard. But I still wanted to make a video today because I was inspired and I saw some shit on Instagram that just made me furious. So I want to talk about, and my whole channel is about lifestyle and doing better and improving your lifestyle in whichever way you can. Most of the time I do it in a manner discussing psychology and communication and the things we can control, but they're more intellectual topics. This isn't so much intellectual as it is psychosocial, as it is sociocultural. And I want to talk about trending beauty standards for women. So it used to be, and up until like last year, if you had like a Mack truck of an ass, then you were good. Like, perfect, you were good. Didn't matter what your face looked like, it didn't matter what anything looked like, as long as your ass was like a barn door, you were fantastic. Okay. And that was the trend, and that led to unhealthy behaviors, like a lot of women getting BBLs, young people getting BBLs, people going to second and third world countries to get BBLs where they're more affordable and cost effective. But you know, sometimes they had good outcomes, lucky ones, and both in our own country and in the US and in these other foreign countries, some of these women had side effects. Many women died from the side effects and implications as a result of having this BBL surgery, where if you don't know what it is, they take fat and replace it and inject it into your backside to give you the Instagram booty, okay? And you look more like the Kardashians did. And sometimes it's implants and that sort of thing. But now the trend is 100 times more unhealthy and dangerous, because now you don't have to spend any money. You can just be an unhealthy, mentally ill, unaware, impressionable human being to make the mistake and hurt yourself permanently. And this beauty standard is to be super duper skinny, and it's all about the waist, having a very skinny waist. And I'm going to show you some pictures of what the body goals on Instagram is inspiring everybody to want to achieve. Like, this is what body goals are right now, and then we're going to talk about it, because fuck, it's infuriating. Okay, take a look. So, as you can see, this is what is being portrayed as normal. Now take a look at these photos, because these photos that are being portrayed on Instagram as these influencers' real bodies with their super thin waists that are encouraging our young women and women of all ages to go to extreme efforts to make themselves appear to have skinny waists like that, in damaging ways sometimes, like through the development of eating disorders and unhealthy eating and over exercise and water diets and all of these sorts of things. Which water diets, by the way, they'll stop your heart. Just quick tip, don't go for the water diet. It's the quickest way to go. But take a look at these, because this demonstrates the photos that are photoshopped versus paparazzi photos, or photos taken on the same day within the same few minutes of the same influencer when they're not posing and the photos aren't airbrushed because they weren't aware of them. Take a look at these guys. So obviously it's a lie. Like, these influencers are lying. I don't know why they have to, because they're beautiful. Their natural bodies are beautiful, and they're women's bodies, and that's what women look like. Our bodies have a purpose, and our purpose, as much as we need to look our best and do our best with our bodies, and I'm not all about this super fat positivity. I don't think it's healthy. I think it encourages unhealthy cardiovascular fitness and poor, like just overall poor health that will take your life at a young age. I don't believe in that either. But the overconsumption of influencers lying about their body type and writing like, oh, and everybody commenting, oh girl, you have body goals, body goals. No, they're lying. Okay, it's fake, it's bullshit. That's not their bodies. Your waist will never be thinner than your head. And as women, we have ribs. Okay, we have ribs and we have organs. Let me take you back to the time where women wore corsets. So I'm not talking when they wore corsets out of purpose and for necessity because they use them as an undergarment. I'm talking tight lacing, when they tightened them so skinny so their waist would be so thin. And then women would faint all the time because their diaphragm had no room to expand. So anything that would cause their heart to increase in speed, any exercise or a situation that would heighten their heart rate or any adrenaline rush or anything like that makes your heart go faster. That makes you breathe deeper and breathe faster. And when your diaphragm can't expand because you were tight lacing your corset, then you wouldn't be able to get enough air to support that increased heart rate, and women fainted. So you see pictures in the Victorian ages all the time of women fainted, like, oh, fainting all the time, fainting. This shit's legit. They were fainting because they couldn't get enough air into their bloodstream and into their brain, so their brain was shutting down to preserve oxygen. Okay, it's called shunting. So that's what happened. But take a look at this because it kind of reminds me of that time. Now, these are our fabulous Kardashians, and they are advertising waist trainers. Don't the waist trainers look a little familiar? Doesn't it remind you a little bit of like the corseting and the tight lacing and the over extremes to have a skinny, ridiculous waist? Did you know that during these Victorian ages, when women did tight lacing, when they looked at x-rays and if they looked at postmortems or autopsies after of these individuals, their organs had shifted and moved to accommodate the corsets that had been tight laced and trained for so long. So not only if you are wearing body trainers or waist trainers and you are making sure there's no room for your organs, they're going to make room for themselves. They're going to move out of the way. And how good do you think that is for your body? And the more morbid and sad, unfortunate thing I want to bring up is if you're trying to lose enough weight to be able to achieve this sort of waistline, you are going to bring yourself down to such a slim weight that, God forbid, you become ill or get sick and need something like, let's say, chemotherapy. You need your body weight to live, because did you know when you go to get your chemotherapy, which is what keeps you going and keeps you alive, by the way, being able to get your chemo on time is one of the most important factors in effective cancer treatment. And if you don't weigh enough, when you go and they do your blood work and weigh you, if your blood work is off or you don't weigh enough, they say turn around and go home, my dear. You can't have your chemo today. So first of all, if you did get chemo, you're going to lose a shitload of weight. And if you don't have any weight on you in the first place, you're just not going to make it. You're going to die from chemotherapy and from treatment, not from cancer. So you're fighting an impossible battle. And if that doesn't, and if you even get your chemo, because if you don't get your chemo because you don't weigh enough, then you're also fighting an impossible battle. So, and I'm not talking missing 1 or 2 chemos here. You might just be looked at by an oncologist and told, no, you don't weigh enough to be treated with chemotherapy, unfortunately. We're going to have to look at other options. So, and there's many other illnesses and diseases where you need some body weight. Think back a few years when people got COVID and they got very, very sick. They needed their body weight. They were losing weight tremendously quickly. When we get sick, we need our weight. When we're healthy, we need our weight. And I'm not talking obesity. I'm not talking unhealthy weight. I'm talking about a healthy weight. And for women, we're supposed to be a little heavier and a little curvier than men, and that's our natural healthy state. Okay, so if you are one of these women who is striving, or you know someone, to have that skinny waist that these influencers are portraying, 3 things keep in mind. First thing is, if you achieve it, you might die, and if you get sick, you might be toast. And second thing is they're lying. Their waists aren't that skinny, and it's Photoshop and it's fake. So you're aspiring to something that is a fairy tale. It's like trying to manifest Santa Claus. Like, it's just not happening. And the third thing is waist trainers. If you're using them improperly and they're too tight, you're wearing them for too long because you have this obsession with achieving this body goals physique, then your organs are going to start moving and shifting, and that changes your blood flow. It causes blood flow restrictions. It can cause blood clots in major organs, major vessels that you need to supply your major organs, and it can be life-threatening. And nonetheless, and number 4, I should even have left out, is this behavior. Anyone who participates in it is encouraging it. And if you encourage it, you are demonstrating to younger women and women who are more easily influenced that this is okay, and that they're not good enough the way they are with their feminine, beautiful body, that they need to change it in order to have body goals and to fit into that Instagram idealistic image of what a woman is supposed to look like, which is complete bullshit, because women are supposed to look like women. Like, maybe we are able to give birth, and maybe our kidneys and our stomachs and bowels can exist together in unison in our bodies and not be jammed up into our lungs. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying here? So it's really it'll cause mental health issues, eating disorders, which I've seen so many young girls and young men die from eating disorders and have permanent damage to their organs from eating disorders, that their lives will never be the same. It's very, very limiting to the way they can live because of the damage caused because of severe, long-time chronic health issues related to eating disorders, and just overall body dysmorphia, mental health issues, and being unhappy with your body and the way you look, taking the enjoyment out of wearing a bathing suit and hitting the beach or the pool because you don't feel like you make the cut, okay? So let's not participate in this, and let's not encourage it. And everybody, when you get a chance to open your mouth about it, when it comes up, open your mouth about it. Talk to your young girls about it, your daughters, your nieces, your granddaughters, anybody. Bring it up, and sons as well, because we don't know what's going on in anybody's mind. And I don't see the male's algorithms, but I don't know. Maybe this is the same trend that's going on with men. Maybe the same body goals is being populated among the male algorithms as well, which I don't get to see. And our young men are believing that they need to slim down to that degree as well. So let's just make sure that these conversations stay open and we have them, okay? And if you like my content, guys, don't forget to please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you enjoy it. And if you choose so, please subscribe to my channel. I share lots of info. It's not always about stuff like this and reacting to the internet, but it is always about improving yourself and helping raise up people around you and improve our lives as a whole. And it's always going to be that way. So regardless of whatever topic I'm talking about, it always has a focus on self-improvement and helping others to improve themselves as well, and healthy mental health and mindset and healthy lifestyle and healthy living. So please subscribe and join my little corner here, and I would love to have you. And definitely give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the video, guys. I will see you all soon. Take care.